Commander. I'm going to give you some gold to try and get this temple established. Here.
Thank you. Here, this is for you. All right then.
Good luck. Let's go back into the town. Ah, good. Bad day out. Get back to town and let all those problems of people's dreams have been resolved. Hopefully I got a good night's sleep as well. I'll say whatever hours anyway. This recruiting Dawnstar as well. Probably be out at the end somewhere. Time's it, right. Well, a bit early to introduce ourselves to Jarl, so we'll wait a couple of hours. Oh, hello.
I work for the Wind Peak Inn. You should head on inside.
Yeah.
Good day.
So she's several months gone with her child.
Hi there.
Hello.
All right then.
Hello, Zora.
Need something?
I was wondering, Father. Maybe you should take a day off and head into town. I could watch the inn while you're away.
Why would I do that? There's work to be done here.
It'll do you good. Maybe you could visit Ergnir or Frugi on your way out. I've seen them looking at you when they come in for drinks.
Why would they be looking at me? Are they upset about the service?
Oh, never mind.
Good morning.
Wow, what's so good about it,
Oh, well, good day.
Hello, Thorring.
I'm sorry. My mind was just somewhere else. Do you need a room? Drink?
Yeah, I had unusual rumours floating around.
Here, take a look at this for details.
Detailed. Okay. Any rumours?
Everyone in town knows about the Black Door, and to never go near it.
Black Door. So what?
Of course.
Thank you.
Good day.
Good morning. You look like a person who look after themselves. Are you here for the job in Helgen?
Yes. We were told someone would meet us here. I guess that would be you. My sister and I are interested.
Oh. Sister and you, okay. What's your qualifications?
We are both excellent swordsmen and specialize in stealth, quickness, and accuracy.
Good.
Orianthe is also a very skilled archer.
You're a long way from home, and what brings you to Skyrim?
We came from Hammerfell on a mission to find a woman here in Skyrim. You've probably seen more of my countrymen around.
Oh,
Seems that mystery has already sorted itself out. So we decided to stay here in Skyrim for a while.
yeah.
I promise, you will not find two warriors more suited for your work than us.
Well, if you make it to hell again on your own, we'll give you a shot.
Oh, like a test? And if we make it there, we pass. Very clever.
Yeah, indeed. Looks like there's two of them there.
Need something?
Oh, excuse me.
Something on your mind?
That's okay, Zora. I'll have something to eat first, then we'll go wander around town. That's interesting. 2 recruits in one place. That's nice. Right. Let's have something warm. Stew. Okay.
Oh, do you need a room?
What you got for sale?
Let's sate that appetite, huh?
Let's see. Get some bread from my stew, I think. And milk, that's nice. Oh, take the meat. Get low on meat. Right, okay. Right.
Ready to move?
No, you just rest, Laura. Come back in a minute. Oops. Oh, excuse me.
Move it, move it!
Okay, okay. What's the hurry?
I'm running food and supplies to the miners. Don't pay much, but they let me sit by the fire in the inn most nights.
Oh. Okay, where's your parents?
They're dead.
Oh,
My pa was a sailor. Took me with him on his last trip. After he got sick, they put us off here and left without us. He died a few days later. I've tried to make do since then, but it's been hard. Real hard.
yeah, I can't believe it.
I'm...
Right. What's a woman carrying all those logs? Should she be doing that in her condition? Dear, dear. Right, there's all longhouses over here. Turning from the argument yesterday. Starting to snow as well. I got the Jarl's present, that's fine.
Just a servant of Skald the Elder. Not worthy of time or consideration. Good day.
Good morning, my Jarl. Let's introduce myself.
The nightmares in Dawnstar have lifted, and I hear you helped that happen. You have my thanks.
How's Dawnstar faring in the war?
The Stormcloaks are destined to win this fight. Talos is with us, and when you fight under a divine's blessing, victory is assured. Dawnstar has a history of being the site of battles that have crippled the fate of the Empire. I hope this remains true.
Is Dawnstar prepared for dragon attacks?
The only reason dragons are attacking is because Talos is angry with us for turning our backs on him. As soon as we drive the Empire out of Skyrim, the dragons will vanish. Mark my words.
Anything need done round here?
Giants are a common problem in the Pale. The Empire always demanded I leave them be, but the Empire isn't here now. Go and slay one of the beasts. Should let them know that Dawnstar is not to be trifled with.
It will be done.
I'm counting on you.
Right.
I hope to see you again soon.
Yes. Ah, it's a war room by the looks of it. Not got anything disenchanted in that in the temple. Sweet. Okay. Ah, mine.
I'm no one special, just a miner who swings a pickaxe for his drinking money.
You have a drink with me.
Got any ale or mead?
Oh yes, I definitely have some meat. Yeah.
All right then.
I'm just one of the miners. I don't want any trouble.
Okay.
See ya.
Ironbreaker Mine is 3 times the worth of that Quicksilver mine, and its fathead owner.
So I take it in a mine out here, yeah?
I own Ironbreaker Mine. We make twice as much coin as those horkers over in Quicksilver Mine. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Oh.
I pay a good wage for any iron ore you dig up, if you're looking for work.
Well, it's a bit heavy. Ores are heavy to carry. You in charge of the mine?
That would be Jarl Skald the Elder.
Ah.
He's over in the White Hall, probably talking about Ulfric like he's the second coming of Talos.
Right.
Now, if you'll excuse
So
me.
you're the boss of the mine and Jarl's the boss of you, obviously. Right, okay. So there are 2 mines here in competition with each other. Well, I can maybe drive prices down, I suppose. Oh, sorry,
Be careful.
sorry, just getting to know the town a bit
The
better.
Jarl and I have our disagreements. Sorry if you had to overhear one of them.
Oh yes, I saw you arguing with someone.
Skald supports Ulfric's rebellion, and he doesn't like having a couple of old legionnaires living in his town. He's a fool. A dragon has attacked Helgen. Dawnstar needs the Empire now more than ever.
Oh yeah.
Stay out of trouble now.
Whatever.
My duty is to guard Brina Meredith.
Right, okay.
All right then.
So that's what the argument was about yesterday. Okay. Oh, a ship over there. That's where those guys came off last night. Ah, good morning, ma'am.
The mortar and pestle has cures for every illness, from ataxia to whitbane.
Been here long?
I'm the oldest woman in Dawnstar. Was here when Skald the Elder was Skald the Younger.
Ah, right.
He's a fool if you haven't met him already. Thinks Ulfric's Stormcloak is invincible and spits dragon fire. The people here look to Brina Meredith when they need things settled. Real firebrand going up. Wasn't surprised when she joined the Legion.
Right. How'd you pick up the herb trade?
My husband. We used to go out into the wilds and collect ingredients together. He used to call me his pretty juniper. It's quite romantic, if you're an alchemist. Frost took the old fool a few seasons back while he was looking for the ring of pure mixtures. I found the ring's resting place after he died, but I'm far too old to go exploring some cave now.
Okay. Can find a ring for you. Gotta do some dabbling in alchemy myself, so I'll help.
Well, aren't you sweet? I'd be happy to give you some alchemy training in exchange for the ring, if you bring it to me.
That would be helpful. Okay. We go for sale.
So you're interested in my potions and ingredients?
Well, see what you've got for ingredients anyway. I need some fire salts or something I'm looking for. Applied salts as well. Right.
If you find that ring, bring it here.
Yeah, okay. House. Oh.
Your ancestors wouldn't want this, Silas.
Why should I hide from it? This is my family's legacy.
It's the past. Dead oaths on dead lips. Let it stay there.
The museum is opening, Medina.
All right.
I beg you, don't go into Silas's museum.
Yeah, what's Silas in this museum? What's it about?
Silas comes from one of the oldest families in Dawnstar. They have a complicated history. Several of his ancestors belong to the mythic Dawn, the cult that almost destroyed Tamriel. His family's involvement was only found out well after the crisis had died down, but it still ruined their reputation. They were outcasts. And now Silas is back, and this museum to the mythic Dawn is his way of trying to rebuild his family's pride. It's misguided.
Right done, really.
Not a student of history, I see. It's for the best. They're a group that should be forgotten. The only thing you need to know is that they almost destroyed the world, and they were stopped a long time ago. That museum is a mistake.
Well, it's really good to see for himself.
And here comes my first visitor. The Museum of the Mythic Dawn is open, friend.
What was that argument about?
Never mind that. Medina is a good woman, but I have my own reasons for opening this museum, and I'm not changing my mind. I have a collection of artifacts from the group that toppled an empire. Their importance to history cannot be forgotten. Why don't you come in? You can browse the displays and we can talk. I have a job you look perfect for.
Really? Well, we'll see.
Let's talk inside.
Well, an empire, eh? Well. Need to see for himself.
Need to look around. Come talk to me when you're ready to discuss that job I mentioned.
A bit dark in here, is it not?
The tapestries hung here and outside were found in hideouts, where members of the Mythic Dawn would meet and plot. The cult's greatest accomplishment was the assassination of the Septim Dynasty and the opening of the Oblivion Gates.
Goodness sake.
Those robes were worn during the Mythic Dawn's secret meetings, where they plotted to bring the Daedra Mehrunes Dagon into Tamriel. Each bolt of yarn used to make the robe was colored with a dye, made from sacrificial blood. That burned paper is all that remains of the fabled Mysterium Xarxes, the blasphemous book written by Mehrunes Dagon himself. It's said that Mankar Cameron used the book to open a portal to a paradise, where all his followers would live forever. The commentaries on the Mysterium Xarxes were written by the Mythic Dawn cult leader, Mankar Camoran. He promised a paradise awaited his followers when they died, that they would be reborn by Mehrunes Dagon's side.
Oh, well.
Did you have any questions about the museum? Or would you rather talk business?
Why did you open this museum?
It's no secret that my family were once members of the Mythic Dawn. One of my forefathers was even chosen to assassinate Uriel Septim himself. We hid from our past for years, became tradesmen, people of coin and influence. But I realized that the Mythic Dawn's importance, our importance, to history cannot be denied. I'll see everyone in Tamriel remember that for a moment, we held the fate of the world in our hands, for good or ill.
So what is this Mythic Dawn cult?
They were worshippers of Mehrunes Dagon, the Daedric Lord of Destruction and Change. The Mythic Dawn killed Uriel Septim VII and his heirs, triggering the events that led to the Oblivion Crisis when the Daedra invaded Tamriel. All that remains of the infamous cult I've gathered in my museum.
So, tell me more about Mehrunes Dagon.
Ah, an excellent question. Mehrunes Dagon is the Daedric Lord of Change, Destruction, and Ambition. Dagon's Mythic Dawn cult killed the Septim dynasty and opened the Oblivion Gates into Tamriel. They called it the Oblivion Crisis.
What's this job you were talking about?
A little history first. After the Oblivion Crisis, a number of groups cropped up dedicated to wiping out the remnants of the Mythic Dawn. One of these groups found Mehrunes' Razor, the artifact of Dagon. They split it into 3 fragments and pledged to keep them apart forever. That was almost 150 years ago, and the pieces are still being kept by the descendants of that group, and they're right here, in Skyrim.
So you want me to get those fragments, I take it?
At least 2 of the owners, Gonzol and Draskua, are dangerous marauders. And the 3rd owner, Jorgen, I only know he lives in Morthal. Here are my notes about them. I'll gladly pay you for getting the pieces any way you can. No questions asked.
Okay. So what do we know about this Razor thing?
The Razor is Mehrunes Dagon's personal artifact. It has always heralded bloody change and carnage. It's held many names. Dagger of the Final Wounds, Bane of the Righteous, the Kingslayer. The Mythic Dawn worshipped Dagon as a god. Having his razor would be invaluable to my collection.
Right.
Good luck finding the fragments.
That's something else I think about. Razor fragments. I don't know if he would normally not go for something like that, but I was thinking if she had the fragments, no one else could have them. She'd have them in her safekeeping. Hello.
Looking to hire a boat?
Not yet, I might come back later.
Farewell.
It's like an Assassin's Guild or something, that Mythic Dawn cult. I'd like to, she's sort of like an assassin herself at times. There are other guys, which is, killing Talmud, etc. So perhaps if she gets these fragments and this razor, it could be a handy weapon for her. What to do about that guy in the museum? She doesn't know yet. She might not even bring the fragments back to him. how's she going to forge it? It's something else. Because they does have daggers in them 3 pieces. Yes, something she's going to have to think about. I expect him doing something like that.
What do you want?
I just want to talk to the captain of the boat, if you don't mind.
I take it you think I'm the captain of the Sea Squall? It must be the beard. Hate to disappoint you, but not every person who wears a beard is a rugged leader of men. Some of us are just ruggedly handsome. No, the one you want to talk to is the boy, Captain Leaf Wayfinder.
Okay. It's not a man's beard that's strength and bravery that makes a good captain.
The old captain was like that. A born slave and ugly as a ghoul, with her bosom that touched her toes.
Alright.
Thank RK he finally offed the hag and left us with the boy. Although I can't say I enjoy looking at the travesty he wears on his face.
Has he got a beard, has he? What's wrong with it?
Well, have you seen it?
No, I've not met him
The
yet.
thing makes him look like some sort of diseased owl. I know the youth like to style their beards. You got kids today with moustaches and mutton chops, forks and sparrows, puffs and patches. Well, I say mutton chops are for mutton heads. Forked beards mean forked tongues. And whatever the captain is sporting is worse than all of them.
You don't seem to respect the captain.
I don't have to respect the boy to like him. He inherited the shit from his hag-raven of a mother, and there's nothing short of a miracle.
Wait, did you say you like the captain?
I do. I've served under a few captains in my day, and most of them were unruly taskmasters. Fortunately, the boy is as soft as seaweed. Grew up on land with his father, some coin counting for the East Empire Company. So the boy has no experience at sea, and even less with men. He doesn't like raising his voice or telling the crew what to do.
How would his mother have raised him?
Well, if his mother were here, she'd tend to be assertive, confident. The boy certainly tries to be, and some days he halfway gets there. Only being halfway confident is like being halfway pregnant. All I have to do is complain a bit, and he'll fold faster than a torn sail. It's a good thing, too. The boy's too scared of Ravam, and he doesn't like pushing Guthrum in his old age. That just leaves me.
You're taking advantage of the poor lad.
That I am. Another way to look at it is, I'm teaching him a lesson. Either way, there is one thing the lad ain't. Poor. We've lost shipments, bungled orders, and punched more holes in the skull than an Argonian maid. Still, the good captain always pays on time. Even the customers get the deliveries, eventually.
How do the customers get their shipments?
The captain just dips into his bottomless coin purse and pays some adventurer to finish the job, while we drink and prepare to botch the next one.
I see. Anything about the crew?
Ravam is the Dunmer who's always complaining about the captain. In truth, the Southern Elf's lazier than I am. But he has too much pride to let anyone know it. I'm gonna find a new ship, he says. Heh. Where else can a man get paid to lie around the dock all day and hoot at the mining girls?
Why do you think Ravam complains then?
When he complains, that's the pride talking. He doesn't like taking orders from a child. He'll get over it.
What if Ravam was to mutiny?
I'd sooner shave my beard than help him. Ravam is prideful and ambitious. A bad mix of ale if you ask me. The first thing he'd want to do is prove he's a real captain. And that'll mean some risky venture out into the sea of ghosts. The sooner he stops caring about what people think, the sooner he'll be able to enjoy the reign of Captain Shorefinder.
Admit it, you want to talk about the facial hair?
I do, but wasn't sure if you wanted to hear my critique. Guthrum is one of those wispy moustaches that looks like a whale's fluke. Man needs to act his age and get a beard. As for Ravam, can't say as much of anything, which is probably for the best. Better to not even try than grow one out and look like a fool.
I'm no expert in beards, by the way. Why is it the Guthrum right to be captain?
The old mariner's got one foot in the trench already, and he ain't the type to make waves. Besides, he thinks the boy is learning. What he means by that is anyone's guess. The boy doesn't even know how to tie his shoes. Can't see how he can hoist a sail.
Well, I think that's enough about the crew.
Fine.
Tell me about the sea squall.
Well, the ship's got but one mast, so it's not the fastest vessel and it doesn't handle particularly well either. But she's sturdy and has a hull bigger than a witness's backside. So you know the cargo is going to get there, if not on time.
Any trouble with storms and bad weather?
I've yet to see a storm strong enough to capsize her, although one came close when we were off the coast of the Iliac Bay. Wasn't really a storm so much as the waves. They eddied and swayed with no direction, as if the ocean itself was confused. When the eye hit us, I ran over to the port side and emptied my stomach. It's then that I saw a school of shadowy figures pass under the hull. Dolphins, I thought. Only something was odd about the way their tails lashed under the water. And the curve of their bodies as well, like no fish I know. And their heads, long, wispy, almost like hair. And when it strummed the water, I could almost hear the melody of the ocean in my head.
Well, if they're fish, you're going to hunt, they can be hunted and eaten like the rest.
Well, I reckon you could get away with eating the lower half. Anything north of the border and you risk becoming a cannibal.
Ah, right, okay. So they're half person, half fish. Right, okay. So what made you choose to be a sailor?
That's a good question. I like the ocean, but I don't love it. I'm not like these salt sniffers who use clams as coin purses and have more barnacles on their crotch than hair.
So become a sailor if you hate the job.
I guess I chose it because it's the thing I hate the least. And every day I see these miners walk out soaked in sweat, I realise I made the right choice. Although, if I were a miner, I reckon I'd figure out some way to weasel out of working. No point breaking your back for a job with no future.
Well, you could have been a barber who talk about beards.
Couldn't stomach it. All these children working in with a couple of strands of sabre in their face, asking me to trim their beards. Then you got them old lords. They got beards so mangy they got a colony of birds roosted inside. Thanks, but no thanks.
Well, boy or not, that captain can replace you if you aren't careful. Just beware.
That's not likely. It takes stones to strip a man of his livelihood. It's like killing someone, only you have to look them in the eye. It's you, and you alone, has to tell him his children will starve. You have to stand before him, man to man, and tell him he has to sell his wife to a stronghold to spend the rest of her life as some orc love slave. Only the captain wouldn't do that. He wants to be liked. He cares too much. We aren't sailors to him, we're family.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing good ever came out of caring. There is two ways to happiness in this world. One's bitter and cold and comes in a bottle. The other's just learning to be cold.
Actually, the only emotion a person needs is unrelenting fury.
Passion is like fire. Good for warmth, bad for the skin. Like the old captain, spent all night drinking and sailing and serenading the stars. I used to think the woman was a vampire the way she never slept. Except she paid for every minute with those puffy, clamshell eyes.
Did you and the old captain ever get along?
You get lonely out at sea. And they say sometimes if you stare at the ocean long enough, even the fish grow bosoms. But I'd sooner make love to a slaughter fish than touch that leathery old woman.
What about the rest of the crew?
Ravan. He would have taken the old hag she'd offered. Probably figured she'd leave him the ship. The poor fool had no idea she had a son. No wonder he's so bitter.
Right, okay. Any other stories?
Sure. It happened when I was but a minnow, working on a different boat. I was more stowaway than deckhand. Now you hear stories about men going overboard, getting swept away by a rough wind or going mad from the heat.
Well, obviously the ones who go overboard.
Most of them get picked up, but some captains will let a man drown. If that happens, there is no way a man can survive, except on this voyage. We found the man, 8 days off the shore, and there he was, clinging to a plank out in the middle of nowhere.
Oof. Well, it's possible to survive for 8 days with the right skill set, but unlikely.
Maybe if he was an Argonian, it would have made sense. Only this man was an Imperial, and by all accounts he had nothing more than a cold. He never said so much as a word the rest of the voyage, but he had the crew spooked. It was more than just the circumstances of his arrival. Foolish as I was, I tried to speak with him once. One of the captain himself wrenched me aside and told me to stay away.
You ever find out who he was?
Yes and no. It wasn't until we docked at Solitude and the Imperial went on his way that the captain took me aside. He asked me, "Are you blind, boy? Did you not see the dagger? The way that Imperial was dressed?" I was never much one for paying attention, but like a sailor mapping a constellation, I began to connect the stars.
What did you notice about him that was different?
It's not as if the clothes and the dagger are hailed from across the ocean, but they were just foreign enough to be strange. "I suppose you know naught of history, boy," the captain said, "but the hilt on his dagger and the style of his tunic are not from this time. Yet, that dagger was as fresh as codling, forged maybe 3 weeks before we left dock, and not a sign of rust."
Weird.
Safe journey.
Thanks for the talk, Frick. What is that guard doing? Some exercise or something?
What are you looking at?
I wasn't looking at you anyway.
Quicksilver Mine is the best mine in Dawnstar, and you can tell those Ironbreaker miners I said so.
So Theatre Yellow's your boss as well there, is he?
That would be Scald the Elder. He's been running Dawnstar ever since he was a boy, and he never lost that brat's attitude. Turned on the Empire first chance he got. Now we're all part of this rebellion.
Alright. The captain is it's not on the ship anyway. It might be in the inn somewhere. Why is a captain? That's interesting. anything to sell. Carjo's here. Oh, there he is.
This one needs something?
Yeah, remember the amulet you sent someone to find. I've got it.
There it is. Ah, home. If you ever need the skills of a Khajiit warrior by your side, I would be honored to travel with you.
That's right.
Until then, here. This is for you. In thanks.
Oh, nice.
Good luck out there.
Yeah, that was a coincidence. My friend said he was around here, so got the amulet back for you. Hello.
So many refuse to talk to us. They call us thieves and smugglers. I am glad to see that you are not such a one.
No, what you got for sale?
Take a look.
Got some stuff inside that temple that I can perhaps get rid of. Interesting mascots. Right, okay. By them.
May your road lead you to warm sands.
Okay. Sounds like Captain's in the inn somewhere. He's a mysterious girl, is he not? Doesn't like he looks at him at all. Feed the chickens. Well, I think I'm gonna have a...
This better be good.
What?
I don't like taking orders from a boy, but I need the gold. Until next time.
Yeah, where is your captain anyway?
Thoring runs the inn. Speak to him.
Dark in here, is it not?
What the?
The Wind Peak Inn features the finest bard in all of Dawnstar. Me.
Who'd you like to play?
My mother taught me. She was a bard from the college in Solitude. I hear they accept most people who apply, if you're ever interested.
Yeah, well... You work here all day?
Yes. Ever since my mother died a few winters ago. I play songs and help with the drinks when I have the time.
Okay.
All right then.
Hi there. All right then.
Yes?
Busy place.
Huh?
Yes?
I'm waiting.
So really, Captain is... Oh.
Hmm? I'm sorry. My mind was just somewhere else. Do you need a room? Drink?
Yeah, I like a room, I think.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Okay, thanks. That's not mine to take, so I'm not taking it. Okay, let's have a little light snack before I turn in. Okay. Got a couple of weapons on me. Right, time for some little bit of sleep.